Hi and welcome to CyberOne Certification and Training. If you're just here for training purposes today, but you're interested in learning more about our certification program, as always, you can reach out to your account manager or contact us at support@cb1security.com. Okay, so we're in policy management today, and we're going to show you how you can edit or review a policy document in the CyberOne platform. Okay, so let's go ahead and get in the platform to begin our training. So here we are in our CyberOne platform, and as always we're going to use the drop down menu to select our policy management module in this case, and we're in the policies tab. And what we're going to show you first is how you can edit or update a published document, a published policy. So let's go to one of our published policies and we'll just open this one. And so as you can see, we always keep the date that the policy was published. So if you're doing an annual review, you can add that next review date if you wish to. Or you can override it at any time if you want to make an update to the policy. So I'm going to override it here and click Save. And that just gives me that indication that the review date is coming up, and that will actually trigger a notification to the author that the policy is due for an update. And again, you can set the cadence for that notification to be 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, whatever you want it to be before the actual due date for the policy review. Now, as you go into policy review, remember you have the ability to add additional contacts as long as they're power users on the platform to help you with that review by giving them access to this record. And then to actually do an update or an edit at any time, of course, doesn't have to be in the annual review. It can be at a time that's convenient for you. What we're going to do first is we're actually going to click Clone with Child. What we do by clicking Clone with Child is we're actually going to create a duplicate record of this policy that we can then update and edit. And what that will ensure is that this existing record will also be kept. So once we've edited our document by using Clone with Child, what we can then come back and do is change the status of this document to archived. And that way we have that historical view of all of our different policy documents. So let's click Clone with Child, and we're going to name this same as we have before, Asset Management. And before we go ahead, you can see here that I didn't put the year, for example, because I've actually put the year in the content source. And so that's one way of keeping track of the timing of all of your policies and when they were actually created as well as the date published too. So you don't really need to put that in the name to differentiate. So I'm going to go ahead and click OK. And there you see I have a record that looks exactly the same as my previous record, except note something that now the status has changed from published to open. So this is actually a new record. So I can make any edits that I want here now just by clicking the edit button. And that enables me to come in and make any changes, and I can save it as soon as I'm done. Our policy contacts can also collaborate and do this too. And then I just click save when I'm ready, and this one I already have. And if I now go back to my policy list, well, actually, just before I go back to that, what I probably want to do then is just change the content source, just so that I can reference this. And I click save there, so that I've added a different date. Then when I go back to my policy list, if I just sort by the name here, you'll see I have now two asset management policies, one that is published and was published on June 20th, and then this second one that is open and still being edited. So what I might then want to do with this one is I can just open this now again, I can edit it, and now I can change the status. I can unlock it and change the status to archived. And in this case, the record is actually locked, as you can see. So if I go into that edit, it doesn't allow me to change that status. That's something that, that's one of the capacities that we allow with CyberOne. So then you can get approval from your manager and or email support at CyberOne Security, support at cb1security.com, and we will unlock that record for you and archive it for you. Okay, so that's how we update and edit policies in the system. And then similarly, if I go back to my policy list, as we've shown you before, if you want to edit the documentation that's connected to those policies, let's go into a policy here. Again, what you want to do is go to that policy document and open it. We always open it in the Files section so that it enables us to access the collaboration part. And here we can download our existing version, edit it, and then upload a new version. And anybody, again, who has that sharing capacity here has the ability to do the same too. So you can also edit the document and again, keep track of all of the different versions. So you upload the new version with the new policy record that you've just created. All right, so that concludes our training for today. That's how you edit and review policies on the CyberOne platform.